Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Welcome on in ExtraMile Arena. Sorry, don't have the typical microphone today, so hopefully the audio is good enough for the post-game show here. They're setting up for the Old Dominion concert in ExtraMile Arena, so we got pushed back to one of the back media rooms here. So we'll make do for tonight's post-game show. Hopefully you can hear us okay, and the quality of the video and audio is okay. But what a thrilling game that was. Boise State down by 13 in the first half, cuts it to 6 at halftime, and comes away with an 82-77 win for Boise State. Max Rice with a career-high 30 points. Did that at the free throw line, 8 free throws in the final minute and 41 seconds to get Max Rice to 30 points, a career high. Previously had 29, got to 30 tonight, and he knew where he was at. He was looking up at the scoreboard, knew he had 28, got those last 2 free throws, and got to 30 points. So big win for Boise State. It didn't look good there for a while, as I said, down 13 in the first half. But Boise State rallies. They're able to get the win, and impressive, and it was a needed win. I mean, they're now 1 game back of first place San Diego State with 3 games to go. You go from hating New Mexico, if you're a Boise State fan, to now being the biggest New Mexico fan of all time, because San Diego State goes to the pit on Saturday. And if San Diego State can lose on Saturday, and if Boise State can find a way to beat San Jose State, you're going to all of a sudden have first place on the line with a chance for Boise State to clinch a share of the Mountain West regular season title for the second straight year if they were to beat San Diego State next Tuesday. So shout out to the crowd tonight. Wasn't the biggest crowd of the season by any means. It was announced at 9,825. But those that were here, it was loud. It was the loudest crowd of the season by far. Every defensive possession, there was booing, there was noise. I thought the crowd was great tonight. They were really into the game. They deserve a ton of credit. There's a lot of games where the crowd gets loud for big moments, but I thought tonight the crowd was loud the entire game. They were loud every defensive possession. They were booing Jalen Houts. So I thought the crowd was absolutely dynamite tonight. So hats off to the crowd. And the whole time I kept thinking, man, just think what it could be like Tuesday night against San Diego State. If you're able to actually sell out the place, fill the third level, and if you're able to, have first place on the line Tuesday night, that could be just a special, special night at ExtraMile Arena. Shout out to David Moats for watching the broadcast. We appreciate David. That does a great job working with the basketball team, giving the crowd a shout out. Absolutely love the energy. Appreciate you, Moats. Nice win. Congrats. I guess I did get a shout out on the broadcast. That was pretty cool. So thank you to FS1 and the broadcasters there for giving us the shout out at Bronco Nation News for the Mike Byrne story. So that certainly was cool to hear about. But there's so many storylines from this game. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Richard Pitino, the New Mexico coach as well. Max Rice, Chibuzo Abo. I know it's 11:46 at night But we're still doing really well in the viewership right now, and I know more people will watch it tomorrow when they wake up. So we'll go as late as we need to tonight, as late as folks want to talk about this win and break it down. Again, 30 points for Max Rice, 13 points for Tyson Degenhart, 12 for Chibuzo Abo, and then you had 9 for Marcus Shaver Jr. He struggled at the free throw line a little bit, missed his last 6, went 1 for 7 from the foul line, made it a little more interesting than it probably needed to be. But Najee Smith with 7. And then how about the bench tonight? I thought Lucas Milner, 6 points, Jace Whiting, 5 points. Both were absolutely huge tonight coming off the bench for Boise State. So we've been, it's developing now. That's 3 games in a row where Lucas Milner has really given them some positive production off the bench. So I thought Lucas Milner, Jace Whiting, you had the one play we're going to see on the highlights where Jace Whiting dished it off to Milner for the nice bucket. I thought both those guys were huge tonight and deserve some credit. And you look at the plus minus, you got, where was it at here? Plus 15 for Jace Whiting. I thought that was he was huge the minutes he gave tonight, especially once Marcus Shaver Jr. went out of the game for a couple of minutes after he got hit. And I don't know what Marcus Shaver Jr. has to do to get a foul call. I mean, that one was unbelievable where it looked like he got slapped right across the side of the head and the arm. And I don't know what Marcus Shaver Jr. has done to the refs, but it is unbelievable, especially at home, that he cannot get a foul call. It is just crazy. But Boise State gets the win, 22-6 now overall, 12-3 in the Mountain West. And as I said, they remain 1 game back of first place San Diego State. And if things go Boise State's way on Saturday, and that's going to be a really, really tough game in San Jose, kind of a tricky game too, with the way that things are going for San Jose State, having a much better season than they've had in a long time. If Boise State can find a way to win in San Jose, and if you can get some help, like I said, and New Mexico can beat San Diego State, you'll be tied for first place going into senior night against San Diego State. And you would, guarantee yourselves at least a share of the Mountain West title if you were to beat the Aztecs on senior night. So it's all setting up for Boise State. A 6-month season comes down to 3 games here, potentially 2 games to clinch a share of back-to-back Mountain West titles. So how's it feel, Bronco Nation? Get your comments in, your thoughts. We want to hear from you guys. We got some highlights to play. We got some interviews as well. We got a lot to get to, and we want to know what it feels like. Did this win have any extra satisfaction given the comments from the New Mexico fans towards Leon Rice and the program about what happened in the locker room at halftime in the hallway down there in Albuquerque? A lot of talk coming the last couple of days once Jeff Grammer's article came out. Does that any extra special feeling from this one for that? The players kind of said it didn't really, but hard to think that's not the case. But in the end, you just want to get the win and move on. And like I said, we're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Richard Pitino, some players. Most importantly, we want your comments, your thoughts on this game. But I do want to thank a couple of our sponsors before we get into it. Cutwater Spirits. We're broadcasting from the mobile Cutwater Spirits studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick them up at your local gas station or grocery store, like 2 for $7. My wife was having I think she had the whiskey mule tonight. She was texting me a picture of it, and it was a perfect night to have a couple of Cutwaters and watch this game. So again, Cutwater Spirits, more than 30 flavors, and they're available at your local gas station or grocery store. Rowpaint.com. They got that promo code going, 15% off. That's right, 15% off is the offer they got going on right now at Rowpaint.com. You just hit the promo code. BNN15. I got a smudge on my screen I'm trying to take care of here while we're on the air. But BNN15 gets you the promo code at rowpaint.com. Lithia Ford of Boise as well. Check them out. They'll buy your used vehicle. That's right. Even if you don't want to buy from them, they will take your used vehicle and give you a cash offer on the spot with the appraiser. So head on into Lithia Ford of Boise. You can view their full inventory of cars at lithiafordofboise.com. And our other major sponsor, Idaho Central Credit Union. We appreciate them for their sponsorship. Just talked to them today, and they're in for co-sponsorship of the upcoming golf tournament. So thank you to Idaho Central Credit Union. The online banking experience is so easy, and we're so appreciative of Idaho Central Credit Union. So if you're looking for a new bank, looking to make the experience easier, look no further than Idaho Central Credit Union. We got a lot of comments coming in here. We want to make sure we get to all of these. As I said, we're going to see some highlights as well. Grand Tetons wants to rank Boise State. If you beat San Jose, you might have a decent chance. Certainly that's going to be a tough game, but if you can beat San Jose, they got 12 points this week. You would certainly have you could make a case for that. What a comeback. That was awesome from Sam. Hard fought win. Go Broncos. shut down one of the best backcourts in the country. Yeah, the numbers were, let's see here. Jamal Mashburn Jr. was 2 of 15, which is just crazy to think about. 2 of 15 for Jamal Mashburn Jr. Jalen House, 4 of 14. They combined to go 6 of 29 from the field and 2 of 9 from three-point range. So New Mexico was minus 21 with Jamal Mashburn Jr. on the court. So just incredible defense. And they miss some shots. Maybe they make sometimes. But overall, incredible defense for Boise State, which goes up to number 9 in the defensive efficiency rankings at KenPom. Craig talking about the quality bench minutes. Again, thought the bench was really nice. 11 bench points, which may not seem like a lot, but for Boise State, it is. So Boise State stays at number 26, I believe, at KenPom. That's a nice number for them. They were supposed to win by 6. They won by 5 due to the late free throws. So no movement there. We'll see what the net ranking looks like, obviously, tomorrow. When you get a win with that kind of reffing, things are on the right track. I didn't think the refs were terrible for either team. I'm sure New Mexico fans thought they got jobbed. Boise State fans probably thought they got jobbed, which means the officiating was probably somewhere in the middle. There were certainly a couple close calls that I thought I mentioned Marcus Shaver Jr. not getting a foul call when he was going to the rack. But overall, I did not think the refs did a terrible job tonight. Vern Harris, Michael Irving, and Frank Harvey were the 3 officials. Bill says we'll be ranked after we beat San Diego State. Just keep winning. It's officially Milner time. Electric in the building tonight. Great win. Yeah, again, the crowd was only announced at 9,825. So you had about 3,000 empty seats. There were probably more than that, too, because not all 9,800 showed up. But get your tickets now for San Diego State. And that's going to be an electric atmosphere senior night. And as I say, first place will be on the line either way as long as Boise State can win Saturday. But if San Diego State loses, you could clinch a share of the title and potentially cut down the nets there, on senior night. I don't know how Boise State would handle that, but there's a lot on the line Tuesday, last home game. This team deserves just an absolutely electric, unbelievable atmosphere on senior night, and we'll see if that can be the case. Bob says Lucas has been playing great. Yes, he has. Great crowd. Kurt echoing my comments about Shaver. How many times does he have to be fouled before getting a call? Longest home winning streak in school history. That surprised me a little bit when I saw it in the game notes, but 13 straight home wins is the longest winning streak in school history at home. They now have 13 consecutive wins at home. Brandon Walton, Max got his 30. Glad I was able to witness it, and the great win in person. What a great crowd. Casey says, great win. Milner and Whiting were crucial. Sam, thank you for the comment on the audio. We're like I said, dealing with less than ideal circumstances tonight. They're setting up for the Old Dominion concert on Friday, so we don't have our normal setup out by the court with the microphone and everything, but dealing with it tonight, and we'll make do. That was fantastic. Great crowd. Yes, it was. Let's see here. Great Bronco fighting adversity. Concerned about Shavers. He's gone down what seems like several times in the past few weeks. Clearly shaken up. Yeah, I agree with that. Do we have the Richard Pitino yet, Colin? Okay, I'm going to go first with Richard Pitino once we get that. Let's go. Logan, been waiting since the Bobby Dye era for an atmosphere like that. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, as I said, it wasn't full, but the ones that were here wanted to be here, and the crowd was electric. It was loud, and it was one of the louder times. And I said, and the thing for me was the defensive possessions. Sure, it got loud when Boise State made a bucket, but for me, the sustained loudness when Boise State was on defense, I thought was the difference for me tonight. I thought that was much different than we've seen for most of the season at home. And the talk kind of shifts to, does this lock up a tournament bid or still need one more? I think Boise State certainly needs another win. I think 2 would make it, no doubt about it, of the final 3. But if you get 1, I think you're in pretty good shape going into the conference tournament. Boise State has clinched a first-round bye in the tournament, so your quarterfinal matchup will be against a decent team in the middle of the pack in the Mountain West standings. But no, I don't think that clinched it. If you were to lose your next 3, even though none of them would technically be bad losses, going in on a 3-game losing streak is not ideal. So I think Boise State needs at least 1 more to feel pretty good. They really shouldn't be, in this position. I mean, they should be like a 7 or 8 seed right now. I don't understand what the bracketology people see that, we're not seeing, because I really do think Boise State, if you look at the metrics, should be in a much better spot than they actually are right now. And so for whatever reason, when you look at the quad 1, quad 2 wins, and that was a quad 2 win Boise State now has 10 quad 1 and quad 2 wins, which is up there amongst some of the top teams in the country. For whatever reason, they're still on the bubble. But I think Boise State is going to be able to continue to, get a win or two here or 3 wins and make, make it not be a worry come Selection Sunday. I think they're very close to doing that already. So I thought, again, great crowd. Thought Lisa Kirk Gardner, the crowd was a huge impact. I really thought the crowd was as good as it's been in a while. Talking about the Milner flop, it was probably a flop on that one. I know it's there was a house one where maybe it was a flop, maybe he lost his balance, but Milner didn't do a great job on that, trying to take the charge, and it probably was a good call on that one. Let's take a listen to the head coach at New Mexico, Richard Pitino. He'll start us off tonight. We'll hear from Richard Pitino. We got highlights of this game to come. We got interviews with Leon Rice, some of the Boise State players as well. But here is Richard Pitino, the head coach of New Mexico, after the game.
Well, I thought we played really, really hard. We competed our butts off. I don't think we were offensively very intelligent in the second half. We had situations where we fouled three-point shooters twice. And then the free throw disparity in the second half, you got to be really, really good to overcome that, and that was very challenging.
Obviously, look, your 2 leading scorers shoot a combined 5 for 29 or something like that. You're not going to overcome that a lot either. I mean, was there something going on that they were doing, or was it just?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. I thought there were some shots those 2 traditionally make that they didn't make. Plus, they're a terrific defensive team. So, I didn't think they took too many bad shots by any means, but there was a lot that we normally make that we weren't just able to convert on. So I think it's probably a little bit of both for sure.
I know Mo ends up with another double-double, and you guys are always trying to go down to Mo. Did you feel you guys were able to get down to the big guys enough, especially in the second half?
And that's what I'm talking about, offensive, just playing a little bit smarter. I thought we were rushing it. We were trying to just do it all at once, and that's kind of been a theme with our guys from an offensive side of it. We got to be a little bit better at moving the ball and getting it turned and then throwing it inside, because most of them are the best big guys in the league, and we got to find them.
You guys are up 61-58, like 8 minutes or so to go in the second half. And, they just go on a run that changes things. Max scores 16 of his 30 in the final 8 minutes. So the way they closed that game out, was that an instance of you guys running out of any energy, or did they just have a little more energy down the stretch?
I don't.
Energy not it. Maybe
I thought we played really, really hard. Mash got hobbled towards the end there. That obviously hurt us. I just thought we were letting them get out on the break a little bit. So I don't know. We shouldn't be tired. We took 2 days off. I think at the end of the day, they just made a couple more plays than we did.
What do you make of Max Rice and the player he's become in this conference?
I think he's a really good player. He's very, very unorthodox. Coaches' sons don't always get the credit they deserve. I've lived that. But he's a terrific player, and I think people need to understand that. He's a big shot maker. He plays really, really hard. He's tough. So a terrific player.
You guys out of opportunities at this point, or are you guys still going to Saturday thinking at large is still a possibility?
Oh, I don't know. I think the bottom line is we're going to go try to beat San Diego State. The beauty of this time of year is you try to win every game you play. You try to improve your seeding in the conference tournament, and then you keep going. So it's been a phenomenal year too. We've done some amazing things. Let's go see if we can sweep the best team in the league.
You guys losing on the road to Boise State, you're not dropping in any computer ranking, but it is just one fewer game at this point. Do the guys talk about that at all? Do you guys ever talk about that, or is it? I think focus on one game.
Yeah, we're one game at a time. They read all the stuff. There's so much information right in front of them. We knew playing here would be tough. Sweeping one of the best teams in our league would be hard. So we got to be humble when we watch the film and learn, and then go try to beat San Diego State. And that's like I said. If you put yourself in a position in the conference tournament, who knows? So. You got a quad 1 win right in front of you. Go handle your business and not worry about all the other variables.
Well, there he is, Richard Pitino, Jeff Grammer from the Albuquerque Journal. Colin Mitchell with BNN. We're over there getting him and his thoughts after the game. Always like hearing from the opposing coach. So hopefully you guys are liking that. Me being able to pay Colin Mitchell to be here, one of the benefits of that is we can split up and have him go to the New Mexico side and I can go to the Boise State side. So your subscriptions and your help is making stuff like that possible. So we would love to have you subscribe, by the way, BroncoNationNews.com, $6.99 a month, $70 for a full year. And that gets you exclusive content, a daily email newsletter, some recruiting coverage, some other things. And most importantly, you're just helping us be able to do shows like this before and after every game. We'll be the only local media outlet traveling to San Jose on Saturday. We'll have a full pre- and post-game show from, I believe it's called the Events Center in San Jose on Saturday. So we appreciate your support in allowing us to do this. And if you're on the fence, hopefully you'll consider a subscription here to support Bronco Nation News. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Max Rice, Jabuzo Abo. We got highlights to go as well, so a lot still to get to. Let's check out a couple more of the comments here. This team has heart. Ball don't lie. The New Mexico fans were super salty. I loved it. If you would have told me that Shaver and Degenhart would go 4 of 12, 4 of 14, would have given us a very slim chance of winning. No doubt about that. I will admit I've been trolling some New Mexico fans for the cold takes on Twitter. Loved watching the students go crazy tonight. Yeah, I thought, Brooke, the students were really good. Yeah, the ones that showed up. Again, you still had the whole second and third level of students pretty much wide open. I think you could have had another 1,000 students show up probably if they had shown up. So we'll see. 7 o'clock game against San Diego State, probably a little better situation. You had the football team there. That was not done, in terms of trying to intimidate New Mexico. They only stayed for the first half. They had 5 a.m. workouts. It was easier to put them in front and have them move. They just happened to put them on the side closest to the bench. Who knows if it was done or not, but it was, not necessarily a huge thing that needed to be blown up. They were sitting most of the game anyway. Weren't like standing there hovering over the tunnel as New Mexico walked out or anything. So it is what it is. But my understanding is the football team will be back for the entire game for the San Diego State game and sitting in the student section there on senior night next Tuesday. So the crowd really did make a difference tonight. What a game. Anybody see Andy Avalos, by the way, wearing his old jersey? He was wearing the 45 jersey. Was it a basketball jersey? I believe it had his number. What? Oh, it was 40. Yeah, 40, not 45. But he was wearing the orange basketball jersey with his number 40 on it. He was there behind the bench. Saw Spencer Danielson, Bush Hamden, some of the other coaches as well. So it was cool to see the football program out supporting them. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But let's see. This team is not going to be denied. Great comeback, Broncos, screaming the entire game. I like the boos that House got when he walked around the key when I think Shaver was shooting free throws. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like Jalen House was getting booed all game. Maybe you guys can tell me better than mine, but I really don't understand why Jalen House was getting booed the entire game. I don't know what he did or didn't do to deserve the booing all game. But like I said, that was the most sustained noise on defensive possessions, even like in the first half, that I've heard maybe ever. At ExtraMile Arena. I thought the crowd was great, not just in the big moments, but making noise the entire game when they were on defense. And that's what New Mexico's fans did down at the pit, and made it tough on Boise State on like a random possession in the first half. They made it tough on them, and that's what the crowd did tonight. I thought the crowd was great. Marcus needs to never gets calls going to the rack. It's absurd. Yeah, I don't understand what Marcus Shaver Jr. did to the refs or what he has to do to get a call. I really just don't understand it. Sean Jackson saying the pretzels were on point tonight. Yeah, the pretzels, good to hear. If you've ever had the warm cashews, that's a good one to go for too. That the little stand that makes the roasted cashews, they're nice and warm. Those are amazing as well. Whiting is going to be special. Don't think I want Boise State to be ranked. They're 0-2 all-time ranked. That's not necessarily a big sample size in the history of Boise State basketball. Stetson loving how Leon is building this team. Guy has no voice left. Neither does Texan. Kip says definitely UNM baseball team hate in the booze tonight. It sure seemed like that. Either that or they just knew that this was a huge game and the crowd was making some noise. If we win out, do we win the conference? Yes. If Boise State wins out, they are assured no worse of splitting the Mountain West title with San Diego State. And like I said, if San Diego State were to lose another game, Boise State could win out and have sole possession of the Mountain West Championship. And wouldn't that be sweet for Boise State to clinch sole possession, outright championship in Logan, Utah against Utah State to finish the regular season? So That's obviously the goal for Boise State. I love seeing Shaver and Whiting on the court together, creating headaches for New Mexico tonight. Max said on the postgame they have the most quad 2 wins in the country. I think 9 quad 1 wins might be the most. They don't have as many quad 1s as you'd like. You'd like to see Nevada or Utah State get up into the top 30 so you could get another quad 1 win for Boise State. They've only got 1, but 9 quad 2 wins is certainly impressive. And now 10-4, I believe, in the first 2 quadrants is very impressed. Worst beat of the year. Well, I mean, the Wyoming one was pretty bad too. Refs had New Mexico +6. No, I think that Marcus Shaver Jr. missing 6 free throws had more to do with that. There was ample chances for Boise State to cover the spread tonight. The refs did not have anything to do with that. They gave Boise State a lot of free throws. Boise State just couldn't hit any of them down the stretch. Wanted to give a shout out. Love your coverage and live shows. Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you so much for that. Like I said, apologize that we're a little different on the setup here. I think we're at record viewership right now. We're well over 100 live viewers watching this across the various channels, and we're at 12:07 a.m. right now. So thank you to all of you that are hanging in there, and I really appreciate that. We got some more comments. We got some highlights. Grant Teton says, shout out to the football team for showing up, by the way. I love the pettiness, especially after a win like this. Made 9,000 feel like a lot more. My little bro who doesn't like sports told me he gets it now. Great atmosphere and game. Kareem the Dream, amazing game. Bronco Nation. Student section was amazing tonight. Teamwork makes the dream work from Kareem the Dream. Colin had a seat tonight. That was cool to see. No highlights by him, though. We got plenty of highlights coming. Well, come on, okay, Bro Chill. You gotta chill a little bit there, okay, Bro Chill. We have plenty of highlights that we're going to get to, and we'll do the highlights next. But I do want to thank a couple more of our sponsors real quick that make these free social media shows possible for you. So hopefully you will support the sponsors. We already told you about our friends at Cutwater Spirits, rowpaint.com, Lithia, Florida, Boise, and Idaho Central Credit Union. But if you're looking for a job, how about transcompservice.com, transportation compliance service. They can help you get into the trucking industry. It's a booming industry right now with the pandemic, moving on. So if you're looking for a new job, how about the trucking industry? They can help you with the permits and things you need to go every step of the way. And you can do that at transcompservice.com. You can be out there towing that first load in no time. The Blue and Orange store, you're looking for some Boise State gear for senior night, for the spring game coming up next month, for the NCAA tournament. A lot of big events coming up for Boise State. You need to hit up the Blue and Orange store. You can go Boise Town Square Mall on the second floor there. Check them out next to the Pro Image, and they have all the NIL shirts, all the new logos, sweatshirt, Nike, all the newest brands and apparel. You can get it in person there during normal mall hours at the mall, or if you're not in the area, you can get free shipping on any order over $40 at the Blue and Orange store.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shout out to our friends at Ridley's Family Markets. Go download their app, the Ridley's app. It's a great, easy app, and you get a ton of savings when you use the app in store. The Cuna location is one that we frequent with the Raines family. Love that one. The Star one as well. ShopRidleys.com. You can get more information, find a location near you, but go download the Ridley's app. You will not be disappointed. I do want to give a quick mention. Hope you'll join us Wednesday, March 8th, the night that the Mountain West tournament starts, the night before Boise State plays. We'll be at Circa Resort and Casino. We got some deals as well at the D. If you want to stay on Fremont Street, try something new this year. You still get free access to Stadium Swim at Circa, the biggest sports book in the world as well. You get free access there, and we can get you actually very cheap rooms at the D Las Vegas right across the street. So send me an email, send me a message on Twitter. I can give you the information and hook you up. But either way, hopefully you'll Uber over to Circa, check out the largest sports book in the world. We'll have some items to give away. We'll have some drink discounts. We'll be at the Overhang Bar on the second floor there, just kind of hanging out from 7 till whenever at Circa Resort and Casino of the Mountain West Tournament Week. So please make plans to join us if you're going to Vegas for the Mountain West Tournament. We're teaming up with the Blue Collar Club for that event, and really, really looking forward to that. So we got some highlights we want to show. I'm going to load those into the system here. And again, Colin Mitchell put this together. A lot of highlights. There was some good, there was some bad. We're going to bring it all to you here as we go back and take a look at this one. Obviously a big crowd. Broncos going with the retro jerseys, or I guess the retro pants with the old school logo on there. I really like that version. The players on the bench are wearing the retro shirts as well. The decibel meter was getting up over 100 there. You got the jock jams playing right before tip. And you see how it started out for Boise State. That was a big three for Chibuzo Abo off an offensive rebound, a kick out. Boise State with the early lead. But Jamal Mashburn, that was only one of his 2 field goals the entire game. It came 2 minutes into the game. Najee Smith with the and one that made it 6-4 Boise State. Max Rice connects on the 3 at this point. It's 9-6 Boise State. But Udeze had 4 putbacks in this game, 3 in the first half. He gets the bucket there. That puts New Mexico up 10-9. Max Rice, another 3 on the step back, a sign of things to come for Boise State. Broncos go up 12-10 at this point, midway through the first half. But Mashburn, again, with 14:28 to go in the first half, hits his second bucket of the game. He didn't make another field goal the entire game. How about that? And how about that move from Lucas Milner? Very impressive move from Milner, up and under there to get the basket. Udeze scores again. That puts New Mexico back in front, 15-14. Jace Whiting with the little one dribble pump fake there. That puts Boise State up 16-15. Weird play there. Max Rice gets blocked. Milner gives it back to him, and he scores to put Boise State up 18-15. And then Tyson Degenhart scores off the glass. He had a tough night shooting from three-point range, 0 for 8, but he did some things as well at the free throw line to keep things going. But New Mexico goes on a run, back-to-back three-pointers from KJ Jenkins. Leon Rice needs a timeout. New Mexico leads 23-20 at this point in the game. But nice play out of the timeout there. Marcus Shaver Jr. with the and one. That ties the game at 23 on his free throw. But Jenkins again buries the 3. He was 4 for 8 from downtown for the game in 17 minutes, had 12 points. Another 3 there. This one from Javonte Johnson. They were feeling it there. The dunk. There was another 3 coming up, or another bucket, I guess, some free throws. They were really feeling it at this point in the game. Boise State just can't buy a bucket at this point. You saw Degenhart miss. Now Shaver misses. Boise State really struggling, and they just couldn't get anything going. There's another putback from Udeze. Najee Smith actually might have knocked that in himself, but I thought this was a big bucket here. This is a big final stretch. Boise State was down 13 points with about 3 minutes to go in the half, but Boise State ends the half on a 7-0 run. We had a huge three-pointer here from Chibuzo Abo. I thought this was a huge shot for Boise State to get them back within single digits, and Boise State only trails 37-31 at the half. But there's that man again. Morris Udeze has the putback back to an 8-point game. There's the play where Marcus Shaver Jr. gets, rolls over. That was an unbelievable no call, by the way. Let's see if we can play it again. I'll go back just a few seconds. Marcus Shaver Jr. drives the lane. Somehow there's no foul call there. He rolls over on his shoulder. You're really worried about that. Then Max Rice steals the inbounds pass. Looks like they're going in for a layup. Somehow Max Rice gets called for a foul right here. I didn't really see it there. Vern Harris with the call on the foul there. But again, Max Rice, the weight, the hesitation, and he nails the 3, a big 3 for Max Rice there. That brought Boise State within 1. A back-and-forth game. Nice alley-oop there, and the dunk from Alec makes it a 3-point game. House again for 3. He makes that one, and Boise State was just really struggling to kind of take the lead. But Lucas Milner, the left hand, the putback, big shot by Milner, pulls Boise State within 2, 46-44. You got Udeze again, though, to make it a 4-point game, but Boise State starts to get things going. Max Rice misses the shot, but Tyson Degenhart gets the and one. He makes the free throw, 47-48 at this point in the game, and then Max Rice goes to work down low. Off the glass, gives Boise State the lead for the first time in a while at 49-48. Jace Whiting off the long pass. He makes the layup. He gets fouled. He makes the free throw. Boise State goes up 52-50 at that point. Nice pass from Whiting here to Milner. Boise State up 54-52 with 12 minutes to go. Marcus Shaver, a nice acrobatic kind of scoop shot there, gives Boise State a 56-52 lead with 11:39 to go. The crowd fired up. Richard Pitino needs a timeout, and this was a big point in the game as Boise State thought they were kind of taking control here, but New Mexico comes back, a couple big buckets. Udeze there, cuts it to 2. And then they end up taking the lead after the flop and the shot by Udeze again, but Marcus Shaver Jr. hits the pull-up. Boise State goes back in front, 58-57 with 10:26 to go at this point. There's Alec again. Back and forth game gives them the lead. Boise State trailing by 3 at this point. Max Rice makes the bucket. Actually, that gave Boise State the lead after Degenhart had made some free throws. You got Najee Smith down low. He gets the bucket. Boise State leads by 3, 64-61 with 5:51 to go in the game. House hits the bucket. The mid-range game is just so good. He's trying to quiet the crowd there, but he didn't do much of that tonight. Again, 6 for 29 were the best 2 players from the field for New Mexico. There's a huge 3 for Max Rice off the offensive rebound. And how about 28 seconds later again? Max Rice, oh, there's the up and under. Big shot for him there. But Max Rice made 2 3-pointers in a span of 28 seconds. And then that shot you just saw there from Max Rice was when he called the play himself, told Tim Duryea what they should run. They ran the play, and then he gets the shot there. And there's Max Rice, 30 points as he's celebrating there on the free throws. The final shot, significant to some there, makes the final score 5 points. But that doesn't matter. Boise State wins the game. Final score 82-77. The Broncos again improving to 22-6 overall, 12-3 in conference play as they stay 1 game back. A lot of fans had already left by that point because it looked like Boise State had the game well in hand. So Colin Mitchell, appreciate the highlights, putting that together, and that was a happy set of highlights for Boise State as the fans head home happy after Boise State wins that one. Again, the final score was Boise State 82-77 for New Mexico. We'll take a look at some more of the comments here. We're going to hear from Leon Rice in a second as well. Love hearing from the opposing coach. Yes, great to hear from the opposing coach. Thank you for that. As we played the interview earlier, if you joined in late and missed Richard Pitino, that's already up on the YouTube channel. You can go check out after this show, the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. We got all the interviews, the highlights, everything up there already. The students were so pumped. Section 12, heard they got a couple shout-outs on the broadcast as well. Tried to buy tickets late. All that was left was a few third-level tickets when I was at the game. Half the first and second level had nobody in the stands. What happened with that? Yeah, it's just the same problem they always have. A lot of those season ticket holders down low won't use the tickets, won't go to the game. It is what it is. Let's see. Shout out third level. We were loud all game. Go Broncos. Boise State, classy intimidation. Just our presence makes people nervous. Love seeing Avalos form a relationship with the basketball team, and I see the athletic department come together and support one another. And like I said, you should have the entire football team at the game for the entire game against San Diego State next week. Great energy and chants on offensive possessions as well to keep the energy up. They were chanting "Daddy's better" the entire game to Jalen House. Let's see. It's respect because he's a good player. I guess that's the case. I mean, Max Burns actually averaging more points than he is. He didn't get nearly the booing I thought that House did. Amy Jordan, gritty game, satisfying win, no doubt about it. Is there no tiebreaker for first? There is a tiebreaker for the seeding, but if anybody finishes tied, they'll be co-champions in the regular season. So the tiebreaker is that you just go down to the next team in the standings, and then you see who did better against them, Boise State or whoever. And if it's a tie, you go to the next team in the standings, next team, until you find a team where one team went 2-0 and the other team went 1-1, then that team would win the seeding for the conference tournament. Looking forward to going to Logan for that, trying to see some Aggie tears in Logan. I'll be there for that. That certainly would be a crazy night. That's going to be a chippy game. If first place is on the line for Boise State, with what we saw with Mr. Akin and Max Rice in that game, the way Utah State's fans can be, that could be quite the atmosphere next Saturday in Logan. BNN After Dark, that's right. We're at it's 12:20 in the morning, and we still have 113 people watching this right now. So we appreciate all of you for checking us out. We're going to hear from Max Rice and Chibuzo Abo in just a second. I do have a couple more sponsors I want to thank. By the way, save the date, June 2nd, and register now. Registration is open, and we've already sold like 15 foursomes. We're almost half sold out in barely 24 hours. So you want to play some golf with some of your favorite coaches and players and have a good time on the course and help raise some money for us to pay for our travel expenses and things and our part-time employees, as well as the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. We're going to donate a good chunk of the proceeds to them. We'd love to have you June 2nd. More information, BroncoNationNews.com. There's a golf tab. Click on it. It has all the information. But if don't wait, register now before we're sold out. We'd love to have you for the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament, second annual on June 2nd at Timberstone Golf Course. Matt Bauscher will be there. Bauscher Real Estate, the number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, is Matt Bauscher. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Check them out, BauscherRealEstate.com. You looking for business insurance? How about United Commercial Insurance? They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. 229-8222. They make business insurance easy at United Commercial Insurance. And again, if you're a business owner and you're looking to lower your insurance rate, a quick call could save you hundreds of dollars with United Commercial Insurance. You're looking for a dentist? Look no further than the Rains Family Dentist, BoiseDentistryCo.com. Dr. Chris Miner. Those are my kids there on the screen. They rarely smile like that, so they must be doing something right there at Boise Dentistry Co. Full family dentistry and wellness locations across the Treasure Valley. Just opening their 5th location on Overland. So check them out, BoiseDentistryCo.com. If you're looking for a new dentist for your family, I highly, highly recommend Boise Dentistry Co. and Dr. Chris Meinert. We got some more comments rolling in here. I want to play the Leon Rice interview as well. Thanks for the hotel hookup. Yeah, we hooked up Amy at the D Las Vegas with the discounted rate, no resort fee as well. So again, if you're looking for a cheap hotel in Vegas, I can hook you up at the D Las Vegas. And again, it's right across the street with free access to Stadium Swim and the sports book and all the good stuff over at Circa. Circa actually sold out on us on Thursday night. So their sister property is the D Las Vegas. They agreed to give us some deals for that as well. OK Brill says, OK Bro, I always prefer Colin's photographer touch. He knows what we want to see. So that one of your buddies, OK Bro Chill, Colin? OK Bro Chill must be Kareem the Dream. Everybody sub up to BNN. Yeah, we appreciate that. Kareem the Dream. Again, $70 for the whole year, $6.99 a month if you want to sign up. Stetson says, see you at the Circa party. Looking forward to that. Hope we get a big crowd. We had about 30 people last year. I'm hoping we can get 50 this year. So come over to Circa. We'd love to have you over there on March 8th, I guess it is, the night before the tournament starts. Lost my voice. Terrible crowd, but it was diehards that make a difference. That wasn't a terrible crowd. I thought it was a pretty good crowd, actually. It just wasn't full. Agreed about the seats. If you ain't going to come, let us fill the seats. The people around the third level were crazy. Let's see here. Max Rice, Chibuzo, Abbo, we're getting that loaded up. Let's see what else we got here. A few more comments before we get to the videos. Great to see Buzo heating up. Hope I made it in time for BNN. You missed 41 minutes, Jacob, but you can go back and watch that as well. FS1 mentioning BNN and BJ Rains. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to listen to that, but I appreciate the broadcast for doing that. The crowd was awesome. Rice's 2 big threes when we pulled away a bit. Yeah, that was big. They were 28 seconds apart, the 2 threes from Max Rice. The Jace Whiting and one was sweet. So we got Mr. 30 Burger for Max Rice. That's right. Crowd was awesome, but could have been way better. Need to bring it for San Diego State. Totally agree with that. Let's see. Some seats going to the lifetime members donated when the arena was first built. They claim that they were all, they claim that they were all taken, that they all reserved their seats again for this year. They gave them the option to opt out, and they claim 99% of them opted in, but for whatever reason, the seats still are not being used. Jacob says the event center on Saturday. I'm pumped. Yeah, Jacob, looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll see you there if you're going to be there. Loved the shoulder check. House fouled Shaver hard. Didn't help, but you see Max go back at him with an intentional foul. He wasn't going for the ball. Probably should have been a tee, but he loved it. Yeah, Max Rice knew what he was doing. They were only at 5 fouls there, so that was going to be 6. He knew what he was doing there. But let's hear from the 30-point man himself, Max Rice, as well as Chibuzo Abbo after the win. The answer, but did you know you needed those 2 free throws for 30?
Yeah, I think I felt it kind of coming on there. I knew I had 28. I was still a little worried about the game, but I knew if I made those, it was looking good. So I just focused in on making those and got 30. So that was nice to have that accomplishment under my belt too, along with a really good win for us. So 3 more.
You had the back-to-back threes were huge, obviously, and then sealing it at the line. How big did it mean to come through at the end there?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of lucky that I've been making free throws when Shaver's missing and I'm missing when Shaver's making. So it's a good thing we got each other's back there. And we're not both missing in the same game. So good thing I made some of those down the stretch. They made some tough shots. Jenkins hit a couple tough threes there. down the stretch. But we closed it out, and we got another good win. So on to the next one on Saturday. Quick turnaround. So
Dude, you went up to Duryea, and you called the play.
you saw that?
Yeah, I told him, and I said, and then all of a sudden you beat him on the back door. What did you see there to go over to coach and say, hey, let's run this?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not rocket science. We saw their game against Air Force. They love to get out in the lane. That's what I like to do too, just kind of deny. And Mashburn really can't help himself, so I just waited till he tried to jump in, and then I just back cut. But it's funny because just the last game, Duryea called dribble or something. And I was like, no. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And it worked perfectly. And then this game, I was like, let's run that play. And he's like, no. I'm like, trust me, let's run it at 10. And then we ran it, and it worked perfectly. So I talked to him about that after the game too. So that was one of my more happy moments as a player too. So.
You guys are down 13 to a really good basketball team. How'd you guys pull out of that?
Brazil, you can take that.
I think we just knew the things we needed to fix. We needed to get the guys off the offensive boards, and we need to stop letting them leak out and get in transition. So, we just knew it was two things that were easy fixes. So once we got those, we felt like we were in it.
How big was that 7-0 run in the final minute or whatever right before you hit the half?
Oh, yeah, that was huge. Just going into halftime that much closer just made a big difference.
Yeah. Was it just a good knockdown a couple in there, man?
Yeah, it did. I was in a little bit of a slump, but, I'm never going to stop shooting, so found my rhythm again. It feels good.
Man, he hit some critical ones where we were down 10. I think he hit that one to cut it to 7 before half. The first play of the game, he's on offensive rebound. I kicked it back to him. He hit that one. So I think he's a big reason why we got the win tonight, too. So.
The one off the missed free throw, Tyson grabs it, throws it. Can you take us through what happened? And then
yeah, we didn't even have a guy on the other side. I think he solo squatted all those dudes, and they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. So those are just kind of the plays you expect from Daggy at this point. They kind of get overlooked, but that was probably the play of the game just because we missed the free throw. And he gets the O board, kicks it out to me, I made it. So that was a huge swing, and I think that can change the whole dynamic of a game.
And then it was 12 seconds later, you hit another one, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. On the play though, you're saying you call the play. Do you know that the New Mexico guy is just on you so tight that if you kind of make one move, you can back cut him?
Yeah. Well, they're kind of known for that too. Just kind of a pressure defense, kind of like San Diego State a little bit, but they're a little susceptible at the rim to those back cuts. And Shave had one at the rim where I thought he got fouled by Alec, but it's tough out there to get those sometimes. So. We kind of put in a bunch of backdoor plays. The coaches did a great job with that scout this week, putting those in, and I think it made the difference in the game today.
How much fun was that second half, just with the crowd and just coming back like you did?
It felt like we were just hooping, having fun, The crowd was there tonight. They were loud, energetic, so that was a lot of fun too. Yeah, it was just great atmosphere.
There's obviously a lot of talk coming into the game about the game down there and everything that happened at halftime and all that. I mean, is it just a normal win, or is there any extra special meaning to this one?
I think Coach Rice handled that great. People say what they want to say, but I think we're just focused on winning the game. We wanted to win that one bad, and we needed it. I don't think there was really any extra juice, to be honest. We just knew we had to get that one.
Milner and Jace seem like they're giving you more each. Have you noticed that in practice? Is this kind of where this team is right now? You guys have a bench?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think definitely. We have a lot of guys that can contribute. A lot of guys like Jason, Lucas that just come to practice every day. And, no matter if they played last game or not, they're still going 100%, going hard. So, when it's their turn, they're ready to hoop and they're ready to play and help us win.
You look at Mashburn and House tonight, 6 of 29 combined. How are you guys so efficient or effective against them?
Yeah, I mean, I think our biggest thing is just the help defense along with his on-ball defense. It's really tough to get by us. And then he's a great on-ball defender, so all we have to do is kind of stunt, and he'll do the rest. And then I think Shaver did a really good job contesting those mid-range because he knew that's what they want to get to. In the first half, I think he had 3 or 4 contests where I was like, wow, that was really impressive. I think he blocked one of them. So he was a really good defensive player along with Buzo today, which really affected them.
It's just two, really good players. Keep making them take tough shots. Obviously, they're going to make some of them because they're good players, but when you keep making them take those tough shots, they're going to miss some of them. So that's what happened tonight.
Max, is it going to mean anything to you? In my opinion, you should be on the all-conference team this year. I think, maybe a teammate or two should be on there too. Was that something you would think about, or would it be an honor for you? I mean, being an all Mountain West player this year.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think, Mallory, you should be on the all-media team, just because I think you're one of the best. So that's a good question. But, yeah, I think I'm more focused on the team right now. I don't really care about accolades like that. I care about winning and making the NCAA tournament and just being out there with my guys. Like, I've dreamed about times like these. And during the game today, I was in the huddle. I was like, this is fun. Like, let's enjoy this. Let's hoop. There's no pressure out there. Like, we're in a great position. I don't think we're on the bubble personally, but some other people might. But we just got to go next game mentality. We got a big home game Tuesday, senior night. So shout out to all the students who came tonight. I think they did a really good job, and I hope they come back Tuesday because we really appreciate that.
One game back at first place, 3 games to go. I mean, what's the feeling like right now?
I mean, we worked all season long to get in this position. You know, it's the final stretch. I think we're just more locked in forever. You know, we got a game on Saturday. We're looking forward to it. We're just locked in.
Can you tell sometimes when Max lets one go, that it's going to go in?
I think there's a lot of times where he lets it go, and I think it's going in. I don't think there's a lot of times where I'm like, that's not going in. So.
For you, Max, I know you kind of touched on it there, but just those back-to-back buckets you had, a pretty critical moment of the game. I mean, did you hear the crowd? Did you feel the energy? I mean, it was pretty rocking at that point.
Yeah, I think House was kind of off me a little far, and I noticed that when I was coming up. So I was thinking about it beforehand. If I get the ball here, I'm just going to turn and shoot it. And then later in the game, I had one where I was like, probably should have held it. I don't think I shot that one with as much confidence at all, and that one was short. But shooters are going to keep shooting, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So.
Max, the cheers you got after those back-to-back three-pointers were some of the loudest I've heard since I've been covering it. What is it like, for us mere mortals, what is it like to hear the crowd go so crazy like that?
Yeah, it's super nice. It's starting to feel really like a basketball town and a football town. It's both. It's just, I think our fans are really awesome right now. I had a guy come here from Spokane, one of my good friends, just the other day. He was at the last game, and he's like, I've never seen it that loud in there. And he's been to a bunch of my games over the 5 years I've been here. So I think that's just a credit to all of our fans. And also the students, I think, really showed out tonight. And I think if we can get that crowd again Tuesday, it's going to be a heck of a Mountain West game.
Oh, no doubt about that. Again, the announced crowd was 9,825, and it seats like 12,500. So they announced 3,000 empty seats. There were obviously more than that. So obviously that's you think about how loud it was tonight, and you think about how even more amazing it could be come Tuesday night. I mean, if Boise State can win, it's just such a hard game. It's going to be such a hard game. I don't want to even say trap game because that's not what it is. It's just going to be a hard game going into an atmosphere where there's very few fans. San Jose State traditionally hasn't been great, but they're a lot better this year. That's going to be a really hard game on Saturday, and it wouldn't shock me at all if Boise State lost it. But if they find a way to win that game against San Jose State, it's going to be an all-time crowd. You get your tickets now before they sell out. $20 or whatever is the cheapest one. Get your tickets now because that's going to be a sellout, I would assume, and that's going to be an all-timer. It's going to be one of the great atmospheres in the history of this building if Boise State wins on Saturday with San Diego State coming into town on senior night, first place on the line. And if San Diego State were to lose on Saturday to New Mexico, you're going to have a chance to clinch first place, at least a share of the first place title. And I don't know if Boise State would cut down the nets or what they would do on senior night. I have a feeling they would. If you clinch, a share of the first place title at home, I have a feeling they would. You would hope the students would storm the court. New Mexico or San Diego State is ranked. Obviously, that's going to be a tough game. And if Boise State were to find a way to win it, I think you got to be storming the court on senior night with a win. And I'm sure Boise State will handle that situation a little differently than they did last year. Yeah, as Jordan says, court storming time. Yep. I agree. I think it is. I think if you win on Saturday and you win on Tuesday, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, you need to be storming the court at ExtraMile Arena if you clinch a share of first place, and you need to do cut down the nets with a championship. Let's hear from Leon Rice. And again, Saturday's game is going to be very tough. And thank you so much to all of you that have hung in here. It's 12:35 in the morning. We're going on 54 minutes on the show, and we've got over 100 people still watching this live. So hopefully you're drinking your Cutwater spirits. Hopefully you're enjoying a Long Island or a margarita or a mule. And we appreciate you for checking out. We appreciate Cutwater spirits. Thanking all of our main sponsors again real quick. Check out rowpaint.com. 15% off using that promo code BNN15. They're scheduling now for the concrete coatings, so that'll transform your backyard, your back patio, your garage. Get more information at rowpaint.com. You can do what the Raines family did. Purchase a vehicle from Lithia Ford of Boise. You will not be disappointed. And if you don't want to purchase from them, they will buy your used vehicle on the spot there at lithiafordaboise.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. We appreciate them. And again, mobile eBranch online banking, so easy to use. You can get more information at ICCU.com. While we're at it, go download the Bronco Nation News app. It's free. It's easy to use. You can watch all of our shows, our videos, all the press conference video, and read all of our stories. The Bronco Nation News app is available for free in the App Store and Google Play. And if you're watching us right now, hopefully you will please subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, please flip over to YouTube. It's where the broadcasts are probably going to go at some point here in the near future exclusively. We're going to stop the Twitter and Facebook broadcasts and just focus on YouTube. So go ahead and get in the habit of watching us on YouTube, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can turn on notifications so you can get notified when we go live with one of our live broadcasts. That's probably the best scenario moving forward. So Leon Rice met with the media, about an hour ago. It's been a while now, but let's hear from the head coach of your Boise State Broncos after a 82-77 win. Here's Leon Rice.
It was so loud in here, and what a great atmosphere, what a great college basketball team. I mean, that's the New Mexico team I saw against San Jose that first half. Woo, I mean, they're a really good team. And, they kind of came in and came across the ring and gave us some good blows, and we kind of got up, dusted ourselves off, and started fighting again. And it was an impressive job by our guys to just, not get frustrated, because we missed some shots in the first half that got them running a little bit. And, the thing I said at halftime is like, guys, we're right there. We had some open looks that we didn't make. Now we just got to rebound a little bit better. We got to guard them a little bit better and not, just keep our poise offensively. And I thought our guys did a great job of that.
Max's back-to-back three-pointers with about 5 minutes left. Some of the loudest cheers I've heard in a while.
Yeah, that got loud. It did. You're right. That was cool.
You as a coach, how did you react to those?
I don't know. I think one of them was a no. Oh, yes, great shot. But when he's in the groove like that, he's got to go. He knows, our guys know they have the freedom, and he's when he gets going, that ball goes in like that. He's got to let it go. And the guys did a great job of getting him shots and getting him off screens. And Coach Dre called some great plays. And but the beauty of Max, he doesn't care about. He cares that the 30 points helped us win. That's it. Whatever that's what makes us a great team. Is we got a bunch of guys like that. That they're not out to get theirs. They're out to help us win. And we needed every bit of those 30 tonight. And so, impressive job by him. That's it.
I know last time he finished with 29, and you're like, well, that's going to give him some motivation for 30.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had 30 tonight. When they announced 30 points at the end, I went, wow, I didn't know that.
They all came or there were 8.
Yeah, it came in bunches a little bit. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
To see him kind of cap it off that way and off this night, how cool was that for you?
Well, it was cool because of our team's response, and just, this team has a characteristic that I love, and if you were having to choose, like, okay, you can have a great defensive team, a great offensive team, I'll take what I have is a team that just finds ways. And what a awesome characteristic to have as a group of guys. And because like I said, that team that we just played is a great basketball team. They have terrific players. They're well coached. They had a great plan to come in, and they punched us in the jaw. And a lot of teams would have went down and stayed down. And we got up, shook it off, came out and kept fighting.
How big was you're down 13 and you finished the half on a 7-0 run to get back to 6? How big was that?
That was huge. And because that thing could go to 20, and then that makes it tough sledding. So, yeah, that was great. But But again, it all goes back to our guys' resiliency and just that toughness to respond, and that's what it takes to win games against good teams. And I mean, that, like I said, I can't say enough about New Mexico. I mean, they're the last undefeated team in the country. What they did in their last game was, I was like, holy cow. And then you saw that, the way they showed up to play. They're a great team.
Basketball can be such a mesmerizing sport sometimes. New Mexico had a 20-3 run.
Yeah.
And then you guys end up being the winners of this game.
Yeah.
How do you look at that as a coach? It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're a team that can do that because they did it off our missed shots. They got running, they were hitting everything, they were rebounding, they were scoring. I mean, they were clicking, so we had to try to, kind of slow that thing down a little bit somehow, some way. But the best thing about it is our guys didn't overreact to it. We didn't panic, and we just kept sawing wood. And I'm telling you, the crowd helped us. It was as loud. I don't know. It felt like it was as loud as it's ever been in here. I mean, I don't think the guys could hear me in the huddle. I was writing it so they could see it.
Max was talking about one play where late in the game, the backdoor cut. He went over to Coach Joe.
Yeah, that was his call. Yeah.
So what is that call? And has he done that?
I can't give you that call, but yeah, that's no. That was a great read by him, and that's what we you have a good, it goes back to what I said, that the player-led team will win this conference, and we're getting better at that. We want our guys to give us that feedback and tell us what they like and what they see out there. They're the ones out there, and that was a great call, great play, and at a crucial time that kind of almost felt like a little bit of a nail in the coffin right there.
Leon, you talked a little bit about resiliency. Tyson had a tough shooting night, but what else did he do on the floor?
Battling those, they got two of the best bigs in the league, no doubt. I mean, those guys rebound, they're tough, they can score, and it's possession after possession after, and for him, I mean, I don't give him any rest. And then with Naj in foul trouble, there was no chance for me to give him any rest. I mean, it's not surprising that he doesn't have a great shooting night. He's in hand-to-hand combat with two of the strongest guys in the league. And it's like doing a bunch of power cleans and then, okay, now make a three-point jumper. It's harder than it looks. And he makes it look kind of easy. And, the thing I said to him was like, keep shooting them. We're going to win because we're going to make them. And he's got a lot of makes coming, so look out.
Defensively against House and Mashburn, how are you guys able to they were 6 for 29, 6 for 29?
Yeah, I mean, our guys put so much effort into it, and I thought our guys did a great job of prepping, and but they're also the kind of guys that usually are going to get. I mean, they some of them bounced in, bounced out, but I thought our guys they had good detail to consistency to just make it. You just got to make it as tough as you can on them, and I thought they did a pretty good job of that.
Well, that was only about half of Leon Rice's press conference. You can watch the rest of it on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. We have full highlights, 6 minutes of highlights from the game up on our YouTube channel. We have interviews with Richard Pitino, the coach of New Mexico, with Leon Rice, with Max Rice, Chibuzo Abba were the players tonight for Boise State. So make sure you go check all that out at the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe as well. Pro court storm, yeah. I'm not against court storming. It just has to be in the right situation. And that would be the right situation for a court storm if you beat a ranked team to clinch a share of the Mountain West title at home on senior night. Yes, that would be enough. Security was going over the game plans, rehearsing for possible court storm today for the game on Tuesday. Good to know, Nathaniel. So maybe they are already working on that ahead of time. That's nice to know. Not drinking, trying to decide if I should try to sleep or just pull an all-nighter. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. I've still got a story to write and have my kids that are going to be wide awake by 7 in the morning here. So Max's response to the ball game was perfect. Johnny should be all on the all-media team. We don't want John Mallory anywhere near the all-media voting team. So I think that that will not be the case. But Max, my favorite Boise State player, covered him at Bishop Kelly. Yeah, Brandon, he's really come a long way. When you think about where Max Rice has come to where he's at now, pretty incredible to see what the player that Max Rice has become. And the crazy part, he still has another year left. How about that? So final score, Boise State 82, New Mexico 77. Mike Prater and I will be live at 9 a.m. To break this game down and look big picture as well. So 9 a.m. tomorrow, Mike Prater and I right here on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. Jay Tust will join me on Friday. We'll have interviews on Friday as well with Coach Rice and some players. We'll get those on the YouTube channel. And then Bronco Nation News, the only local media outlet that is traveling to San Jose on Saturday. I will have a full pregame and postgame show from the event center in San Jose on Saturday afternoon. A big game. Don't sleep on Saturday's game. It's a massive monster game for Boise State. And then you can root for New Mexico right after that game to beat San Diego State. I'll have to buy the Wi-Fi on the Alaska flight home that night to try to follow that game. So it's a great time to be a Boise State fan. Great time to subscribe to Bronco Nation News, too. $70 for the whole year, $6.99 a month. We'll throw in a shirt, maybe a gift card. We'll try to give you some free goodies if you help us with our efforts here and subscribe. And, again, if you're going to Las Vegas, join us, Circa Resort and Casino, the night before the tournament starts, that Wednesday night, 7 to 9. We'll be at Circa with the Blue Collar Club. Looking forward to that. And if you need a hotel room, I can hook you up with a D Las Vegas with no resort fee and a cheap rate. So make sure to send me a message. Great stream. Over an hour. I told Colin this might be a 30-minute show. It's going to be midnight. Nobody will be on here. But we had well over 100 people for the entire show. We're over an hour into the show. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And we still have a ton of you guys watching this. So I know some folks will watch it tomorrow as well. But thank you. Thank you for all of you guys for staying up late with us. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the post-game show. I'll have a full story on Max Rice and his 30 points coming up to BroncoNationNews.com when you wake up. And again, Mike Prater and I at 9 a.m., Jay Tust and I on Friday, and full coverage Saturday from San Jose. So thank you to everybody for checking us out. Thank you to Colin Mitchell for all of his outstanding work behind the scenes. Come give a smile here. Where's Colin? Come here, Colin. There he is.
How we doing?
There's the great Colin Mitchell. He's ready to get out of here. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm going to let him go. But David Motes wants us to keep it going. Are you still here, David? David's still here. Come on down. You can do another hour with me. We'll get your thoughts on the game if you're still here. No, I appreciate that, David. He was one of the first commenters, and he's still going. So there is plenty to talk about, and it's easy to go an hour and 6 minutes when there's comments and things to talk about. And obviously it was a great win for Boise State. So that is going to wrap it up. We're at an hour and 7 minutes. We got a ton of people watching. And I appreciate all of you guys for checking us out. So go subscribe. We'd love to have you. If you can't afford it or it's not something you want to do right now, at least subscribe on the YouTube channel down at the bottom of the screen. That's free. That takes about 5 seconds, and we're trying to build up the YouTube channel. So tell your friends, Bronco Nation News, this is a spot for pre- and post-game coverage, and we appreciate you very much. So have a great rest of your night. Again, you can read all about this game here in about 2 hours on BroncoNationNews.com. And again, Nathaniel says, how about the gymnastics team upsetting the number 16 team in the country on the road? That's a big win, so congratulations to the gymnastics team. I was a little busy tonight and didn't see that, but full coverage of the game tonight coming, BroncoNationNews.com. Have a great night. We'll talk to you 9 a.m. tomorrow with Mike Prater. Thank you to all the comments. Thank you again to Colin. Thank you to all of our great sponsors, Lithia, Florida, Boise, RowPaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, the Blue and Orange Store, and TCS, our major sponsors. So as we wrap it up, Grand Tetons with the final comment of the night. The future is bright for Bronco Athletics. And, yeah, it should be a really fun next couple of weeks. Boise State going for a Mountain West championship. Vegas is going to be awesome as well. So can't wait for what's ahead here down the stretch. So enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for staying up late with us. And we'll talk to you on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. with Mike Prater. This is BJ Rains, Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.